Oh yeah!
Alright, hope everybody's having a good one. Welcome to Planet Coaster 2 with Cookie Pirate. Today we are back in the tropical park and we're gonna do a fair bit of messing around. We might try our hand at a couple new coasters. We might even go into the Viking Park for a little bit, but I'd like to play around with some of the different new features that were added in Update 8 and kind of see the effects of those. Hey Shem, welcome! Right on cue. And looks like we've got quite a few dirty toilets. 4 of them. And then, how is it that all of these power generators are... Like, what? I see 2 mechanics. I swore that I had 4 here. I don't know. Yeah, now we've got 4. That'll help keep those in better condition longer. Hey, Strawberry Jam, what's going on? Alright, let's get these clean. Hey, Maria. I love these solar panels garden. Ah. Spend some money fixing this up. This park looks like it needs an ENF Miler kiddie coaster. Oh my gosh, here we go again. Alright, well that took long enough to go through all of those, but at least we're getting them fixed up. And we're getting kind of cleaned up over here, which will be nice. Railroad staying busy as usual. This back here is an absolute just This ride looks totally empty. And this ride always had such, you know, such a good crowd before they changed. Strawberry Jam is here. A party consisting entirely of ENF kiddie coasters needs an ENF kiddie coaster. Oh! Yeah, but this was a victim to the change in Prestige, because as it is, the Prestige will never get high enough, so it's penalized. You can turn that Prestige thing off under settings, really? In the regular settings? Oh, reputation. Just curious what happens then. The problem is it does it for all parks and it doesn't really... So, every ride gets that 10% bonus. Which, if you get it to a classic, it becomes a 20% bonus. This is a little better, but... that may get people going to it. You know, we gotta do all of that here. I'll just leave it off for now. May turn it back on another time. But yeah, I am in stronger agreement with you. It just sucks seeing rides that were very popular all of a sudden get screwed over by the new system and have almost no riders as a result. Man, I'm tired. I don't have a lot of energy today, so... don't be terribly surprised if I decide to end the stream fairly early. But I'm gonna try not to. I mean, I love hanging out here with you all. I'm hoping you all will give me some more energy and motivation. Alright, somebody's tired. Bad day at work? No, my day at work was okay. I mean, it wasn't fantastic. It's extremely rare that I have a really good day at work. But it was okay. But then I had a piano performance. And that went okay. Not quite as well as I was hoping it would, but it went well enough. And then an almost hour drive home. In terrible traffic, rain. It's just, ugh. I'm just worn out. I want to start looking at how I can do a station for here. I think it's actually time. Let's go resort plaster. Let's do our station surrounds. Ugh, traffic and weather drains you when you're driving, but I'm glad your concert went well. Yeah, it wasn't bad overall. Not perfect, but they rarely are. Nice, the grid height wants to stamp all that high. Come on. The arbitrary rating systems have always been the only flaw in Planco. Ride excitement and prestige ratings are my main issues. I can see that. Oh, you know what? Before I do that, we need to flip the orientation of the station. Well, oh no, those stay in place. Okay, that's good. Now, let's do that there. I'm just kind of tired with dealing with the level of stupidity at work, but today itself was not a bad day. It was tolerable. But it's been a really long week, and then just today's been a long day because of everything. Seriously, the most scared I get on a Hyper or Giga are the lift hills, yet Planco would penalize them. I don't think Planco 2 does. It discards the lift hills from the EFN scores. What really kills them, though, are like the brake runs and the... like, if you have any pre-lift, like on RMCs or a Woody. Stuff like that. It really sets that back, and I don't think that's fair. Alright, so we've got to start to a station. Go add some windows. I'm gonna do... oh, come on! Nice to see they don't want to put these at the right heights. Gonna put those there for the meantime. Brake runs and speed too slow kills the EFN rating, which isn't realistic. Yeah. It would be nice if they would calculate them differently for different types of coasters. Now, I'm not saying they would have to do that for every individual type of coaster, but I mean like the category. So for example, if we go into here and look, maybe the way they calculate the EFNs for Woodies, you know, might be different from how they calculate it for launched coasters compared to suspended or inverted. Man, we had such a good turnout last night. That was one of the best turnouts on one of my PC2 streams that I can remember in a very long time. Probably because everybody was excited for update and everything. I'm not expecting that again tonight. But I'm hoping it's not too slow. Oh, we got a vandal. Yeah, it was one of these two. Yep, right there. Out! I'm gutted I wasn't around. Ah! Don't worry about it. I never hold it against anybody for not being here. It's fine, we're all pretty tired at the end of the week. Yeah, exactly, Maria. Alright. Since this is a fairly long ride and there are only 2 trains, the capacity is going to be a little bit lower. But the good thing about that is it allows more time in the station, so our exit and entrance placement is not as important. What I think I'm going to do over here, it will not let you place an exit before the entrance. Interesting. I think I know what I'm going to do with that, though. I'm tired on Friday, but I get a relaxing weekend of laundry, grocery shopping, cleaning, and cooking. Ah! So do I. I think so do most of us. Why, hello, my little chocolate chip cookie pirate treasure chest. I don't know whether to laugh or be afraid. Yeah. Or a combination of the two. What's going on, Dale? Welcome, man. Oh, hold on. Again? I thought we... Oh. Nope. Well, that was going to be caught on camera. Minecraft, what's going on? I do that during the week so I can do some lollygagging on the weekend. This again. What's up, brother? Sorry, that totally sounded super extra creepy. I was trying to be creative and entertaining at the same time. Well, you were. It did sound weird, but I mean, I know. So, hey, I can't give you too much grief for it. A for effort. Like a C+ for execution. I do laundry during the week, but it just gets dirty again. Yeah, so me too. I actually probably do laundry on average 3 times a week. But I don't do large loads of laundry. So I do everything basically in one load. Bromik, what are we cooking? I could go for a good steak. Can I see the entrance plaza real quick? Yeah, just give me a second. Clear those out. So the actual entrance sits right back here. We took blueprints, doubled them up. I did a little bit of work, just kind of getting these to match up as parallels. 2 entrance gates per side, so a total of 4. Then it branches out this way into the main plaza. A lot of tiles, and you've got we put down a fountain with a King Coaster statue and a Queen Splash statue that rotate. A ton of flowers around him, and then we just did this yesterday. So just a couple facilities with restrooms, and then 8 shops, food, drinks, and gifts. It's pretty basic, but it gets the job done. I do laundry once a week, but I just have many clothes, and it's usually one large load. Yeah, I tend to do a few small loads. But also because I re-wear clothes throughout the week to work. Not, like, re-wear without them getting washed. We have an apartment washer and dryer, so if I throw too much in, they go on strike. Ah! Alright, cool. We do an ENF miler this stream. You're not the first person to ask that. Strawberry Jam was asking that too. You know what? Just to pacify you all, I might just go get that blueprint. To be fair, it actually really is a good blueprint. Select Frontier. Backtrack, that's the Vekoma family boomerang. Working from home doesn't require wearing many clothes either. Yeah, you don't have to wear like a different outfit to work. You don't have to get out of that and change into something else when you get home. Because I really don't like wearing clothes that I wear to work in my house. See, something like this right here could work. This is actually pretty accurate for a good ENF miler kiddie coaster. And this is actually better than most of the ones I see. Look at the airtime pops. So, coming up off the first drop when you go into that first helix, there's a pop of airtime. Then an airtime hill in between the two. And then a small one on the third. This would be a good kiddie coaster, honestly. And then I don't really have to worry too much about building one by hand. What else would we talk about on the PCT stream? I do laundry every freaking day, and my wife yells at me for stuffing the washing machine. It smells very clean and looks great, but she likes to yell at me. The ENF milers don't have catwalks, so if you are able, remove that. Yeah, I should be able to, yeah. I have to ask, and I'm not judging or criticizing, but you seem to... Maybe obsession is too strong of a word, but... You, for some reason, seem to be really into the ENF milers. Hey Kevin, how are you? Alright, now where was that? Right here, okay. You know, for the time being, we could honestly place something right over here. Just to give them something to do. I say we go for it. I mean, we're gonna tear all of this up at some point anyway. That's just because there's one at my home park. Yeah, okay. Well, that makes sense. I mean, there's one at my home park as well. I've been on it. It's nothing special. I mean, it's not a bad coaster. It's what you would expect from a kiddie coaster. Alright. Yeah, we can turn the catwalk here. My favorite Christmas movie is Home Alone. I'll let you all guess my favorite. Wait. Why did that... Oh, you know what? If you need to step away, just leave the camera on this kiddie coaster. Yeah. It actually looks like you cannot remove the catwalk on. See, you can here. But it looks like the lift hills just automatically have them. Die Hard. No. It is a pretty popular one. Yeah, you can't turn it off on the chain lift. See, there's not an option. There's just the chain speed and the option to set track supports. This area could be kids' area. Well, we need to give it a, Yeah, of course. Just perfectly spaced in between the gaps. Christmas Vacation, Charlie Brown Christmas, Jingle All the Way, no. It's none of those. Hey, Dark Out and Doom, what's going on? Playing Planet Coaster 2. Or Planet Coaster as well, yeah. How about the name Beach Rescue Racer? Grinch animated movie 2018 and the Grinch Stole Christmas? No, it's not those. I'll give you a hint. It's from before 2000. That's not too much of a hint, but it's enough of one. Ooh! Dale, no, but you're close. That's one of the... So there's two movies that we watch, one of which is my favorite, and the other is that one, the Santa Claus. As part of our tradition, we watch the Santa Claus on Christmas Eve, and we watch this other one on Christmas night. The Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders save Christmas out. The OG one with John Lithgow? No. Dallas Cowboys. Alright, now we can test this. 1980s, if that gives a hint. Santa Claus is coming to town with the Burger Mister. Jack Frost? No. Alright, we're actually going to change this to do a lapping and let it run 2 laps like a lot of kiddie coasters do. Alright, Dale got it. Yep. Christmas Story. On 48-hour repeat on TV, TBS, TNT, and Freeform. I know, we actually have the DVD. Is there a way to disable queue gates? I don't think so. Yeah, I know what you meant there. Yeah, TBS. Why, though, has it shortened my train length? Alright, now we can edit it. Fragile must be Italian. Do I like The Masked Singer? I mean, I've heard of it. I'm not familiar with it enough. I mean, I haven't really watched it or anything. Let's make this a little more intense. Be sure to drink your Ovaltine. Couple other fun lines in that movie that I always enjoy. we randomly quote, my family and I, we just randomly quote Christmas Story and just fit it to just about any other, you know, any day-to-day situation and just make jokes. Like, hey, you know what I want to go buy at the grocery store? And, my dad will make a joke and say, a new furnace. You should watch season 14. I'm one of the Masked Singer super fans. I watched every single episode of all 13 seasons. Wow. The height requirement should be 54 inches to ride alone. Is it? Alright, yeah, we can get this open. When it was playing earlier, I thought something was wrong with my shops because the windows didn't open, and I was like, huh, and LOL game was paused. I've done that. It happens. Alright, we've got a new kids coaster. There you go. We'll connect this and get that when we're ready to actually shut that down. In the meantime, just maybe spend some time focusing on this here. I think I'm actually going to do paralleled entrances here. It is one of the... Let's see, The Office Christmas movie. It's one of the funniest Christmas movies, along with The Night Before with Seth Rogen, and a very Harold and Kumar 3D Christmas. Do you know Pantone color of the year 2026? No. What is it? Oh, nice. This bug again. Are you kidding me? This bug again. That bug again, too. What? Alright, that works. Come on, stop clicking the station. Click the freaking gate. There we go. Cloud Dancer. It's basically white. Cloud Dancer is a color. Ah. I wouldn't have known. Alright. Let's get our arch. Kind of right up here. Grid height default to 2 meters, not 4, for heaven's sake. What are we doing here? Well, Strawberry Jam, take a look and see. Just told my wife we're painting our house Cloud Dancer, and she just looked at me like I needed to be checked into a mental institution. Hunter Green. What do you think the Pantone color of the year 2027 could be? Anyone have any guesses? Planet Pirate 2. Oh, you know what? I have to do this. I have to do this for fun, because I'm Cookie Pirate. Sage Ultramarine. What is Ultramarine? What color is the new coaster going to be? The color of the track is going to be as it is, unless we decide to change it. Oh man, I was trying to get a pirate hat. Bright purple blue. Cosmic Orange is the 17 Pro series, yeah. It's marine with boost added. Oh gosh, Bromic. Is there any themes I want? I'm not totally sure. Use the sword. Okay, let's scale that down. Let me just make sure I wasn't missing it. I bet you there's one on the workshop. I mean, I could be wrong, but it may be worth a look. Communicating with server. Yeah. There we go. Does it have a name yet? Trade wins. Hats for your skulls! Arr! I like that. That's cool. Big hat's fantastic. Hey, Fox's Beer Party Experience. That's familiar. Because I thought of Wave Runner. That would be a good one, although we already have a surfing-themed coaster. The Intamin Wing was kind of inspired by trade winds, as in the winds that blow from the ocean onto the island. That is a clever name, though. I give you credit for that. That is pretty cool. Hey, look at that. It's the MGM Studios hat. Well, whatever it's called now, it used to be MGM Studios. Man, I just want a good pirate hat. That's all I really need. I don't know, maybe we could pick it up off of this guy. Alright, let's get it from this. Arr, arr, arr! Alright, where's our guy? Here it is. Alright, give me the hat. We're gonna scale it up. Oh, that's too large. This looks so stupid. It is a cookie pirate. Guys, what am I doing with myself? I really just spent 5 minutes. Cookie pie, no. Gingerbread pie, no. Jinjuki pirate, what? Oh man, I'm stupid. It works. It'd be like a little Easter egg. Ha. Having fun, enjoying myself? I mean, that was fun. I mean, it was stupid, but it's still fun. It's fun to just cut up once in a while, you know? So why is this defaulting again? Man. Let's get those windows back in place here. Now, I think I am actually not going to do what I had planned before. To do the winding staircase down to ground level. I think I'm actually going to branch these out. So we could even... Skyrush ripoff. Oh, this is better than Skyrush. Like, this was made by the one and only Jimpers, so... You know it's gonna be something good. Alright, so we've got the arches in place. What I think I'm gonna do is actually build... Haven't been east of Cedar Point. Alright, here's what I'm gonna do here. Clear filters, I need to go back into wall set, and we'll get the resort plaster. Gonna go with these. Add to scenery group. Turn that down again. I don't know why it keeps defaulting. Has Cookie been to crumble? What do you mean? Oh, crumble cookies. Yes, I have. I have. They're really good. Let me make sure I get these at the right elevation. Here's how to help with that. This is going to be so much easier to do. Yeah, to get them to parallel each other. That's way better that way. And then from here, we're going to have the priority one wrap around the building out here. And just tie in. Man, screw that other stuff that I was trying to do. That other real elaborate, like, parallel staircases and all that. This is the way to do it. Alright, now from here we can actually delete these two pieces. Take this. Problem is we don't have our angle snap. So we're all eyeballing the height a little bit. That actually works out well. Well, that's some ball crap. There's no way that's in the way. Are you kidding me? Let's do this. Raise it up. Yeah, there's no interference. Okay. Alright, so this is how we're doing it. This is how we do it. I have only been there a few times and I pirated Strawberry. Oh, I don't want to be pirated. Alright. So with those in place, we can continue working this in here. We could actually build the building out a little bit. What I'm thinking we do is still do like a two-level facility. Like the second floor could be like gifts and rides, you know, photos and stuff like that. Just a bunch of seats. Maybe the first floor we do shops, facilities, stuff like that. Or we could just do a double layer. Or double layer, no. Single layer, like double height. I'll actually open that up. Why do you have shops beneath every coaster station? Not beneath every, but beneath several of them. And the reason is it conserves space. And it also provides shelter, which has become even more important with the weather updates, or the weather changes in Update 8. So, if you get a rainstorm or the sun is scorching and people need shade or shelter, then they can come inside. It also leaves more space on the outside to do what you want with scenery and stuff like that. Because otherwise this would all just be like dead space that you can't do anything with. Now, sometimes I run queues underneath all of this. But not always. Alright, go ahead and vote. I'm curious what comes up. And hey, we've got our park rating up to 4.9. And we've got over 10,000 people in the park again. It is getting busier. Hey, look at the line for the kiddie coaster, though. Let's see, 22 Celsius outside. What's the temperature in the pool? 26. Okay. Yeah, we've got 4 heaters. Suggest 7, but you know what? 26 Celsius is fine. It's a great architectural style. I've started doing it with some of my stations. Yeah, I try to prioritize it for bigger rides. And when I say bigger, I mean like more popular. But the more I do it, the more I actually enjoy it. Alright, so we have a vote for each of the 3. Nobody's saying run queue. Ah! Doesn't help much. This is the risk I always take when I open a poll. Alright, I think over on this side, I just have to figure out how to stagger the ceiling if we do a 2-floor facility. Now, it's almost certain that we're going to expand it out this way. Like, for example, the back can be flush here. Or... you know what? We actually could. We could build it out another row. We've got the space for it. We can't... We just can't or shouldn't build the building any further out than this. But we can go as far as we want on that side. Make a massive facility. Absolutely should have a connected path. Oh, somebody broke this. It's really the only instance of vandalism. People are so much better behaved over here this time around. I just want to walk this for a little bit. Oh, we gotta close out that window. I really like the addition of the dryers. Look at the red light bloom. That's really wild. Let's go for a swim. Let's actually go over here. I'm curious how these are, if many people are going for them. There's a few. Like in here with the surfing, just a little bit reminds me of one of the songs on the soundtrack for Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. I've got to get the soundtrack for that and place it in here, because there's actually several songs that I really like that I would like to use and like speakers in this. Yeah, this is absolutely beautiful though. Just a gorgeous facility all around. Bromik did a fantastic job with this. Oh, that is clean. I don't know what it is that they keep reporting in poor condition for. Unless they're just getting serviced fast enough. Oh, well, somebody's on their way home. Out. I wish you could refurbish in bulk like fixing vandalism. Yeah, that would be a really good feature. I agree with you on that. It's like you just go into here. Or whoops. And what? Oh, 14 things broken. Let's take care of that. We've made $500,000 in fines for vandals and pickpockets. Okay, back to this here. So we've got another vote. 2 floors, 1 each for food and shop. I think I'm gonna go with that. That's kind of the tiebreaker vote, and I was thinking about that anyway. So what I want to do now... Yeah, so let's go with these plaster floors. Add to scenery group. Turn the grid height down. Just a pain in the butt. And that there, I believe, is the height that we want them at. Well, we can build out this way. And I think we are going to build out this way. I think we'll leave that blank. Maybe we take that one up. But let's come back through and fill these out. Let's grab these here. You've got to be kidding me. Alright, there we go. Let's do the sides for now. Those are good. Alright. The next thing I want to do is actually take the... Oh, this is going to be a real challenge while I'm thinking about it. Because what we need to do is try to get the path to line up. We need stamp scale 1. And then we need this to be at a height to where it's not... Yeah. Alright, this is a real challenge right here. Because we have the grid, but we need to get... Yeah, not like that. We need to get the height of these respected. And it is a major challenge. Because these are crooked. So respecting the grid, we need to do kind of like that. And then try to get the height right. And I don't know why it doesn't really like to allow that. And actually, let's do that the other way around, because the staircase is going to descend this way. So let's go stamp builder. Where even? Okay, there. Let's come 2 out and lower a little bit. They just don't even allow like points or height snap on this, which is... Well, if you turn merge off... Nope. Still doesn't. Brilliant. So we actually have to try to go with a line. Well, and that right there is the height that we want. So, okay, fortunately that does align pretty well. So we just need to come back through and... Oh boy. Not duplicate. That's a scenery piece. I need to actually grab the... Yeah, there. And now we stamp the rest of the floor. This is a real challenge. Do we take it out here? Maybe. That should be large enough for a gift shop and on-ride photos and stuff, and we can change out some of those window pieces with solid wall pieces. Oh, so that's actually set for the descent. Okay. I think we're okay with that there. If we wanted to, but if we place another one, it breaks up the staircase. Oh, no, it doesn't! You do that, it won't. Yeah, see, that breaks it. So we undo that. That's just another segment we can kind of tie in somehow. Okay. Maybe we do the first floor down here. Ooh. I think I'm onto something there. So now let's go ahead and grab these. We're gonna keep that contained inside. Well... we could do like some sort of a covered. I don't know. I might change that. Sorry, I'm just looking at something quick. Dale must be singing while he's on duty. Alright, let me... again. Alright, and that's at ground level. Let me just take those over here. And I want to see if that height matches up okay with what I'm trying to do. Stop grabbing the wall pieces. Let's close out of that. Alright, now we got the path. Let's take that out. Oh, here we go again. Alright. Let's take that up for a minute. This will allow us to build a staircase downward without interference from that one tile. 6, 7, 8. That's too steep. Yep, so we go with that there. Down again. Five, 6, 7, 8. And it is actually still a tad bit high, and I think part of that is because the height of the floor is considered in. Can we catch who did it? Wait, did the guard get somebody for it already? Yeah, I think they did. Just a ton of notifications and stuff popping up. Anyway. So... what we could do is raise the height of this. I don't want to get rid of the ceiling because it looks nice and then there's not just like concrete. The one thing that we could do, but this would actually mess up. Alright. So we'll actually have to place some stuff, go back and delete it. So let's actually... oh, and it... no, it raises the terrain. That's a problem. I was gonna say just place it at elevation slightly above. That actually screws up the working height, though. So what we need to do is click this down. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to ground level. And then just... very precise. And the angle of that... oh, why does that interfere? That's not good. That shouldn't. You gotta be kidding me right now. Oh, shoot. Come on. No, it's okay, and it preserves the one beneath it, so... Yeah, because of that, that bottom floor might be a little bit tougher to stamp. We'll need to see. Alright, just as a placeholder, we're gonna do this. Well, where to go? That'll preserve the height. Might even actually have to delete this staircase first. Yeah, we'll leave that first one in place. Alright. Let's go down. Want to make sure it's level. And I think that's the level we want. Feels like rocket science doing this sometimes. Hello, my fellow goofy goobers. What's up, JP? Ah! See, it messed this up here. And yeah, there we go. That's all set. Also, I just made a best friend in under an hour. Whoa. Well, hopefully it's a good friendship. Yeah, that looks pretty good to me. Alright, then what we'll do over here is take that up. That up. That can stay. There's enough height clearance there. Because of PC2. It's really interesting what brings people together. Just one common interest can kick off something incredible. So, that's awesome. I'm happy for you. Strawberry Jam, you're back. And I'm thinking what we'll do because of this is make the entrance over here somehow. So let's grab a couple additional stamps. We could fit one there. Not there, it'll break. There's actually not really any value in having one right here, unless we wanted to... Yeah, and having these... And I'm just placing these down as reference. We could go one beyond that. So I'm gonna place them out here just in case. Convection cookie station. Hey, I ain't trying to get baked. And I mean that in more than one way. Oh, that was a terrible joke. I'm gonna ban myself for a half hour. Sorry folks, you're not gonna hear anything other than the game for a half hour. After I just banned myself from talking. Oh, that was terrible. Because I'm really excited about getting this coaster open. I know Jimpers went through a lot of work to get that. To get that built. He did a fantastic job with him. With it. And let's do him some justice. Bro, I meant conventional cookie station. Oh. I thought... See, I misread it. I thought you were trying to say convection. Which is totally different. So, yeah, never mind. Don't read into that. Alright, we're gonna take this first floor and expand it outward. Again! What is it? Why does it keep... Okay, so we need it at 1.64, a half meter. Gonna run it this way. Okay. Your stations are probably higher off ground than in real life. For this coaster, maybe not too much, maybe just a little bit. Let me just pause and take a look at some stuff here. So, this actually isn't really that high up. It's probably the equivalent of maybe 25 feet above ground. This is a little high up, but it's a high hyper. It's actually a giga. And if you look, there are some spots where it gets quite low to the ground. So without it going underground, we just... like we have it there. We could actually place it lower and have it underground. This actually isn't that high. This is just the second floor here. And then the third floor is the rooftop. The other things I've done that with, the Mako station. Yeah, this one's a little bit high, but not extraordinary. Kraken station is pretty low. Second floor, that's pretty typical. So, really the one that I'm doing right now is the highest. And, you know, for a reason. It's with a purpose. Alright, we need to do the roof for this, and we can make it a little bit more conventional. So what we're gonna do... Man, I am getting tired. Bear with me, folks. Just thinking and taking a sip of water real quick. What we will do is go with the... It's a little bit aggravating that you have to go into a theme. And this is a very mild criticism. That you have to go into a theme to be able to access roof pieces, whereas wall set you can just choose from any of those, and it's right there. They don't have that for roof, I don't think. Let me double check that. Wall and roof types, well, those are the types of pieces, not the set. So yeah. Alright, let's go into there. Now, the types of roof that we could use, we could do aged wood, we could do tiled, we could do regular wood, or we can do this thatched bamboo. So I'm gonna let you all vote. I don't really want to use the bamboo for this. so I'm gonna leave it out. But vote between those three, and we can also color them slightly. Or depending on what it is, they can actually be colored more significantly. Alright, what I'm gonna do is go back into the wall pieces for a minute, and I am going to redo something. I'm going to take all of these out, and there's a reason. It was something that I had intended when I first had the concept of this station. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to take them all out. I'm going to do it partially, and you all can tell me. I won't open this up for a poll, but I'll let you all say what you think. We might do a little bit of minor terrain modification right here to expose more of that. But let's just take this back. And we are going to maybe try the divided. So like you have the ocean, which the name trade winds kind of represents the breeze that blows over the ocean onto land. And really, trade winds is in the islands. Lower the station before you do too much of it. I'm not going to lower this station, because we've built this entire building around it, being at that height. And if we lower it, it's just going to push everything underground. If we raise it, we may expose some stuff, and I don't really want to do that. So, but this is the option if we add the ocean on the lowest floor. Unlike the surf coaster where we actually made it... Well, that's on the first floor as well, but it actually sticks up some more. Well, it collides with the train. We haven't colored the trains. I've set the track to the color that I think I want to use. What's going on? Ah, yes, another bug. Alright, so that's how we get out of it. Little shortcut. I kind of like the way that ocean appears. However, if we're windowing this entire thing, it may not make much sense. The one exception would be right here in the front. If we do any solid walls, what we would probably end up doing is something like this. Let's grab this 2-meter piece. Add to scenery group. Actually, we would not do it there. We would more likely do it... Oh. Okay. Alright, so we have a vote for tiled. I was thinking probably tiled as well, or maybe fresh wood for this one, since we've used aged wood in other places. Do you all like the ocean? I mean, ultimately, I would do what I want, but I kind of like some audience participation a little bit. Try to make it a little more engaging. Give you all the opportunity to give your opinion on how the park should look and different elements of it. Alright, so we have a vote for aged wood. Alright, so somebody likes that. I like the aged wood too. I was just thinking maybe a little variety. But if that turns out to be a popular choice, we could go with it. A really good example of aged wood is right here on the Mako station. That is aged wood. And then back over here on the Kraken station, this is natural wood right here. So you can kind of see. And maybe it would be easier if I demonstrate what each one looks like, and we can color them, keep in mind. But basically, we would be doing a 2-meter aged wood slope right there. And then if I vary it, this is a 2-meter sloped fresh wood. And then a 2-meter sloped tile right there. Now, these two you can color and they will pick up the fall color of what you choose. This here will show the aged color a bit. For example, if we do bright purple, that actually takes it pretty well. But you can see a little bit of the wood grain still showing through. Kind of the age of it. Whereas if we do this exact same color, you see the grain, but it's much more fresh. It's much more vibrant. I'm biased for aged wood, I've got to admit. Well, that's totally fair. And then if we color the tile the same, it takes the full color very vibrantly, just like the regular wood. And it shows underneath as well. Oh, hold on. Are we gonna catch him in the act? Not quite. It was them right there. Out! Now, we're not doing a purple roof for this, but I picked that color just to kind of demonstrate the coloring properties of each of these. So you can see the aged wood retains the darkness and the kind of fade a little bit more. Alright, let me go through and do... Got him! This is where I really wish we had half arches. You could actually do a wide entrance by using these stations around, but it just cuts off part of it, and I'm not super big on that. So what we would likely just end up doing... Oh! Actually, you could do a half arch. And not all wall sets have these, but this one does. We're gonna have to turn that down a little bit because of the floor. So let's get this in place here. That may be the way to go with this right here. And if we went with a divided, the water height would basically be right there. I just have to make sure it lines up with the windows, but I believe it would. So let's actually delete that there, duplicate that and rotate it in place. There we go. And now we know what to do with the remainders. So let me go with a 2-meter slope right there. Place that there. Then I'm actually not sure of the height that we would need for the next one. If we did a 2-meter piece, we would need a 1/2-meter piece right there. And it... Ooh, that would not line up. Oh no. So let me just go back through and delete these. We might end up scrapping this. Not the whole thing, but I mean just the idea of... Okay, so that matches okay. That actually does not fit the grid. Is there a half-sized? No, there's not. Yeah, this is a little bit tricky because you can't shift it unless we just cover in the entire part of this here. I'm really not sure how to do this. And it's just because the staircase doesn't quite match up. It's a longer length than the other ones by nature of the height due to the ceiling. But I would still maintain that this is a better option than trying to stagger it to ground height and have to raise the terrain and everything, especially after we've done the work with the queue. So let's actually do this. Alright, I need a tiebreaker vote for the roof. Somebody give me that, and I'll open one more. I'm gonna step away real quick, we'll be right back. Alright. So let me grab that and we'll place that there. And maybe what we do is just encase the, or enclose the staircase with these wall pieces. Do a 1 meter piece kind of sticking up through here. It would cut off maybe a little bit of the wave, but maybe not. But you all give me something for the roof. it really would not matter if we did or didn't use the ocean piece. We'd still have to figure something out with this section right there. That's actually close enough, it's not really visible. Let me go through some of these here.
znowu.
11,000 guests in the park. Ah! Unique attractions, that's the one that is kind of holding us back a little bit. 14 things vandalized, let's clean those up. It's so gridlocked up here, I think that's part of the problem. But this is just temporary. I think we're going to end up leaving that and tying it back in, although we will consider moving it if we decide to kind of rotate the Mako coaster so it's out of the way of the mountain a little bit, and if we move some stuff over here, kind of when we revamp that part. It's a great station though. Oh, this is coming together really nicely. I appreciate that. It's a little tricky. But I think it's going to pay off pretty nicely. And that part actually works out well. Grab a 2-meter piece. What coaster types do you think this park could do with? We've got a lot of coasters. Yeah, I think what we're going to do is enclose this, so we can actually get rid of that right there. And I think we'll need a 2-meter to fill this gap. Oh, we'll need a 1 meter as well. Same color. Whoops. Yeah, there we go. No, fair enough. It does have a lot of coasters, but I think we could give it a little variety. We've got the B&M invert, we've got the Impulse, which is another invert, And Jimper's made a really cool STC that maybe we could use. It's small, so it would be compact. We could really fit that anywhere. We've got the Woody, the RMC, we have a Gerstlauer. We've got the B&M Floorless, we've got the Surf Coaster for a stand-up. And a launch. We've got the B&M Hyper, we've got the Intamin Wing, which is a Giga. This would be the tallest coaster in the park. If I had to choose another coaster type, we could go with like an old school Aero Looper or something. Or a Schwarzkopf, which actually we had the Schwarzkopf. We had a dive coaster previously in this park. We could replace it with that. Or not replace it, but replace that. We could also do like a Wild Mouse. We could do a mock launch. We've got so many options. I love stacking parks with coasters. Alright, let me go ahead and end this. I'm going to pick between one of the two. I might try half and half and just see how it looks. So we'll get rid of the regular wood. And we'll color this back to something natural. Maybe like that. I honestly could see either of the two of those as options. And then with these floor pieces here, what I think we would do is just color them the color of the waves. I know a new coaster, ENF Myler. Done! And we have that. I mean, we could build something a little more intense, more like a family coaster instead of a straight-up kiddie coaster. But I think if we wanted a family coaster, I would go with something along the lines of a, like a Vekoma family launch. Family, or the kiddie boomerang or something like that. Make it a little more intense. This is a true kids coaster right here. Okay. Right here, I think we need to add another arch. We can do the window pieces. This is definitely turning into one of the more elaborate stations that I've built. I think we are going to go with the aged wood. It just seems to fit well. It looks nice. So I think we'll actually get rid of these as window pieces and just do basic 4-meter walls. Right here. Oh, come on. There we go. Let me bring them up to height. Window piece there. hang on 1 second. Alright, sorry about that, had a quick phone call to take. So yeah, I've just been placing the roof over the main part of the station here. And let's just fill that in with some wall pieces. I'm gonna bring these outward a little bit. Delete those two, replace them with just solid walls. Yeah, so we got that little piece sticking up there. This becomes a little tougher because it's not at a height relative to the building. Just placed it to wrap around the corner and descend from there. I guess what we could have done is line it up, but that would... I mean, we could go through and fix that, honestly. I'm thinking it might be worth doing that. So we get those in place. Yeah, I'm definitely a lot happier with how this is coming out than the first attempt that I did. That was just so frustrating. But this is working out. Turn that down to 1.64. Now we have options for this too. We could actually do one of the flat aged wood pieces. Do that for up here. And it goes a little bit across that way. Actually, tell you what, let's change the flat pieces to fit that rotation. We just have the staircase in this end piece angled differently. That looks much better in my opinion. Alright, so the building is almost done. We just need to add a couple stamps. Let's actually do it that way. It's plaster floor, so we need to grab a tile. This is probably the best one right there. And now with the grid in place, these should actually snap perfectly. Yeah, look at that, that's good. We could adjust that a little bit if we need to. Actually, from the aesthetics of the outside, it would be better to have the one there and take that up. It's just this one corner right here that would be sticking out. Maybe we can shift those just a small amount. Oh no, that interferes. We can just put up a column somewhere. Shift those back in. There we go. Alright, time to redo this. Unfortunately, we should even that out. So we'll tear these up, but at least we have an idea of where they need to be rooted. Height-wise is going to be pretty easy at this point. Tell you what we'll do. Let's actually get some pieces in place. And that'll be a really good reference for let's turn that. That's actually level where it needs to be. The next one we just shift downward there. 4 meter solid piece right here. Meter solid piece right here, and then maybe we make a small extension. Dang, the view count is low. I mean, it doesn't really seem so to me, but yeah, I try not to pay too much attention to it. I mean, we had a better turnout last night, and I think it was a big deal because the update came out and people were checking it out and stuff. I'm not too concerned about the... So here's what we could even do as a reference. We're going to go with Q path right here. Delete. Change it back. And see, that actually now lines up to the grid. Let's tie it right out to the corner. It snaps in place. Right there. And swivel it this way. It doesn't seem to bump snap over here, so we're gonna make it reference. Actually, we'll leave that part undone. We'll get the corner in place. Actually, we won't, because we'll have to tie it differently. Alright, from there, staircase downward. Still a small amount of clipping right there. Let me pull that just for now. Really, we don't care what's under it if that's all hidden, which it is. We could do a 1 meter piece right there and we'd be okay. That works. We don't need that piece below it. These will help for reference, just the angle of the queue, the staircases. It's pretty close to where it should be. It's a little bit above. So it's like we would need a ½ meter like this. Kind of right there telling us to get to ground level. We'll do a little bit of terrain modification right here. Let's turn the size down. Just indent that to where we can see. Yeah, because that's the height of our floor right there. we actually could do. I'm being ultra precise with this, but there's a reason for it. Because I really want to get this right. Oh, that's perfect. Perfect. Alright. Let's raise that up. Bring it up a little more. Tie into... Come on. Those are parallel and they line up perfectly on the triangles, so we're good. Oh, it doesn't like that. Why? I mean, that doesn't make any sense because they're at the exact same height. Alright, let's see what's going on here. That should be right. Alright, hold on. That ties in totally fine right there. Alright, hold on. Let's do it this way. So what we'll do, because we know that side works okay, we'll tear this up. Let's bring an arch back around and up this way and have it tie in. That way we'll know it's really... Okay. Alright, so something is up over here with these. Because these have to go just a little bit further. Okay, all of a sudden it doesn't like what we're trying to do here. Odd. Let me try this. Alright, now that is right at the bottom of that there. Oh, it doesn't like that. It's centered. Well, it doesn't like that, probably because of the angle. Alright, let's try to build this in the same way. Okay, there we go. That time it lines up okay. So if we take those away, we should be good. Pathing is back to haunt my dreams. Well, I think we got it this time. Looks like it's okay. And we're gonna have the same problem right here, though. Okay. Alright, with those in place, though... we can take those away that we have the height reference. Let's replace those with solid walls. Interesting that the path is covered up a little bit by that. I don't know if there's a little interference with something or what. Yeah, there's just a very, very small offset if we do that. Yeah, interesting, it's still sticking up over here. That's a little bit odd. Yeah, we can put stuff to screen that. This is getting really close, though. We're making good progress here. Almost got a finished station. We just have a little bit of finesse to do with the... It is weird how that's doing that, though. Yeah, see, with them level... Doesn't do it there. Kind of looks Mexican style, excluding the eaves. I don't know why that's doing that. That's... Now we just have a gap in the floor right here. Whoops. We have a double. See, this time though, there. That's so weird. Now it's taking the whole thing up. Very odd. Excluding the waves. Oh, yeah, okay. We're getting close here. Ah! Sampled. Yeah, I'm just not sure why those aren't. That is bizarre. We could do invisible path on the floor so it actually looks like people are walking on like plaster floor or something like that. Alright, that is coming together nicely though. So this right here is just a tad bit off. I think we could fix that up somehow. Maybe have like an outdoor patio, because this is gonna be a restaurant on the first floor. So maybe we just kind of obscure that a little bit with some outdoor seating or something. Have it cut off over this way. Poster support stick through just a little bit. I'll have to think. It may actually just be easier to remove the level in this and just line them up with floor height windows or ceiling height windows or something like that, just to get the building to kind of flow better. But I'm probably going to be getting off in the next couple minutes here. Hey Jimpers, how are you? Welcome. Looks great, I appreciate it. It's not quite perfect. And I think what we might end up doing is just cutting out this layer of floors and just kind of seaming it to I mean, it looks good from the perspective of there's a gap that's even. Kind of like that. But it does mess with the height lining up the paths and the buildings and stuff like that here. The other thing I'm thinking about is adding supports to this coaster. I mean, we'll need to add supports. And I don't really do custom supports. Unless somebody wants to tackle that, but I wouldn't ask anybody to. But this is coming really nicely together. Thinking we could mask this with some sort of a roof. I'm curious how that would work, how it would look. Let's just try it. Add to scenery group. Oh, that sticks through the wall. Oh, that's not good. Alright, scratch that. So it'll just be like a little concrete right there underneath or something. So be it. Yeah, let me try this while I'm thinking about it. We'll see how it works. I'm going to grab every piece of roof on this floor. Actually, no, we're not going to do that. What we're going to do is just grab every wall piece. And we're going to shift the entire thing up. I'll worry about the internal pieces in a bit. Yeah, that's much better, honestly. I will just have to grab the path pieces in here. We can actually delete that small segment of stairs. We missed just a couple little pieces right here. What's intersecting? Uh-oh. Yeah, something right here is misaligned, probably because of the queue. We just do a line builder here and tie it. Oh yeah, that works out fine. We'll fix that there. That might also be what's throwing these off right here, unless that's maybe related to the queue as well. But we've got that. And yeah, I've been going right at 3 hours. I'm kind of tired. It's, like I said, it's been a really long day. Yeah, we're getting close. I know most of my time was spent on this, but it's a pretty elaborate building. It's going to be really nice when it's done. One thing I'm thinking about right now is turn track supports off, and that actually doesn't fix the little portions visible underneath the station. But yeah, so be it. I mean, we could even do, honestly, a lower level of ceiling right there too. Except it might just gap the archway just a little bit, but it does look good. Yeah, it looks better this way in my opinion. It looks more even, more balanced. Everything lines up the way it should. This may end up being the best station I've done. When it's all finished, but we'll see. So. But yeah, I'm gonna get ready to end the stream here. I know, sorry, we didn't really do too much other than just adding the kiddie coaster, but I think, so I'm off tomorrow. I don't really have much to do, so we'll have, some time to kind of finish that up. These people are happy. They're walking that way. They're happy. Breaking that has made me feel less angry. Out! I hate when pieces don't line up and it's, ugh, where it went wrong, yeah. Yeah, I agree with you on that. It just takes practice, though. You get the hang of it. I mean, I've done a lot of buildings. This is definitely one of the more elaborate ones that I've done. But you get the hang of it. Yeah, we'll do some ceiling, kind of to level it, since the ceiling is at the height of the window tops right there. We'll do the same thing up here to make it even. But it really is coming together. I'm just curious about trying to demo a few of these. Just... oh yeah, now it ties in, okay. Yeah, it must have been a fluke. I'm curious about up here what's going on with this though. I wonder would we still have the same effect. We'll see that actually gapped it even more. What? Like, what is going on with that? Not really sure. Yeah, Yeah, something here is misaligned. There's no telling. That's good. That's... It must be the, Oh, yeah. Well, we accidentally tore up a piece of that. So maybe we've got to do that after the... It very well may be that right there. We could retry. No. Yeah, it is something over here, and I don't understand what. Yeah, I'll have to play around with it. I might do that off stream. I might just get all the path set up and everything and get the building finished. We might fill this in just to make it look... Yeah, while I'm thinking about that, let's take this window out and just replace it with a standard 4-meter wall piece. Looks more even that way. Then we have room for a sign up on here or something like that. Yeah, I think I'll play around with all the pathing off stream. If I get on in the afternoon before I decide to stream it. So it's coming together. It's close. This is definitely really tangible progress. Unlike my first attempt at this. Maybe solid wall this too, I don't know. Well, yeah, look at the curb, it's a little crooked. So something is up. It's not respecting the height somehow. I'll have to figure that out. Because, I mean, the height for everything down here looks okay. But I'm not totally sure. It's a little strange. Get the building in place, though. And the building is largely, not 100%, but largely set up the way that I want it to be. Let's actually just do this real quick while I'm thinking about it, though. And I need to... Come on. Looking nice. I appreciate it, Shem. Yeah, this has been a... Yeah, that's a little cut off. Switch that out. Alright, and that ceiling matches now. So all the windows are ceiling height. We could do the same right here. It would actually not really affect that. It does slightly. You on tomorrow? Yeah, I will be. How does this look up here? Oh, that's fine as is. Another canopy right there. The only thing left that I'm curious about are these corner pillars. Had one eye on this in my work tonight, but tomorrow we'll be watching. Yeah, alright, I appreciate that. But I appreciate you hanging out even if you were having to do some work. We'll figure out a way to match those up. Maybe if we even just kind of shift it inward like that. Still kind of cut off a little by the ceiling. I've got to figure that out. I'm going to have to play around with this a little bit. So. Alright, let me save. And I'm thinking maybe just some basic columns for this here, and then a railing, of course, on that. We'll decorate all the path and everything to get it to match. So, but that's good progress for tonight, I suppose. This is really going to be a showcase of the park, so the coaster, and I think it deserves a building that's just as much of a showcase if we can do that. So. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and call it a night here, folks. Thanks so much for hanging out. I know we really didn't do much other than the buildings, but we'll pick back up tomorrow with this. I think we'll get this all done. We'll get the coaster revamped, we'll get it open, and then we can move on to some other stuff in the park. So, I'll be on tomorrow evening. Hope to catch you all then. And, as always, until then, take care, stay safe, we'll see ya. And yeah, I appreciate that, Shem. Thanks a bunch.